Welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI, the show for leaders who want real results, not more noise. Join Emanuel Rose as he helps business builders turn AI from a confusing add-on into a practical advantage with clearer messaging, stronger trust, and smarter systems. If you felt the shift happening in real time, you're not imagining it. In the agentic pivot, Emanuel calls it the move from experimenting with AI to building with it, so it supports your team, your brand, and your growth. Let's get into it.
This week, Google's Gemini Spark started driving your actual Chrome browser. Not a copy, your Chrome with your logins and saved passwords. It'll go research the flights, line up the apartment viewing, do the boring clicking for you. Then, right before it spends your money, it stops and hands the wheel back to you. That pause, that handing back the wheel is the whole story. The machine does the repetitive part. The human makes the call, the decision, the choice. Hold that picture for the next 20 minutes. I have a few agents like that do work for me, that go out every day and do research, bring back prospects, go and search my Gmail, make something happen that was clicking and pasting, and now they'll run those tasks for me, but always handing it back to me before any final decision is made. Might not always be the case, but that is the way it is now. All right. Well, good morning and welcome to Marketing in the Age of AI. I'm Emanuel Rose, and thanks for joining me for a bit today. Your time is the one thing you can't get back, so let's make it worth it. Here's where we're going. 4 things this week in AI news, and it's a story about price. The best models keep getting cheaper by the week. Second thing, my hot take on the anti-AI backlash and why picking a side is a mistake. The new companies out of stealth and where the smart founders are pointing their attention. And the last thing is we'll follow the money, hit on a few tools worth your time. I answer a listener question, and then I hand you a playbook that saves you on workday content. So let's get into it. This week in AI news, the theme this week is simple. The best AI keeps getting cheaper, and it keeps showing up where you actually work. Story number 1, Alibaba shipped Qwen 3.8 Max on last Monday. It's a 2.4 trillion parameter model, and it's priced at 2 per million in and 6 per million out. And here's why you care. This is a frontier class output at commodity prices. The model is not the mode anymore, right? When everybody can rent the same brain for a couple bucks, the edge moves to the human, pointing it at the correct problem. Story number 2, Gemini Spark. Last Monday, Google turned Spark loose inside the desktop version of Chrome and pushed it out to paying users in more than 160 countries. It uses your logins to do the busy work, think Claude Cowork, and it stops and asks you before it pays for anything. For a marketer, that's the repetitive, time-consuming manual clicking gone, and the judgment stays with you. Story number 3, Meta. On Wednesday, they released Muse Spark 1.2 and a coding agent called Muse Code. The model scores a 54 on the Artificial Analysis Index, and it edges out Claude Opus on some of the big benchmarks. And they've got a contributor tier at 10 cents per million tokens in. 10 cents. Building a small internal tool used to be a line item in the budget. Now it's a rounding error. Story number 4, Kibo Commerce. On Thursday, they launched Kibo AI, one agentic layer for commerce and order management across 5 jobs. It answers your shoppers, it reads your commerce data, and it tunes things like inventory and pricing on its own. Agentic commerce is consolidating fast. Hot take of the week. Now, here's my hot take for this week. There's some talk about the anti AI backlash, and it's real. This year, reporting says only 19% of people feel excited about AI, down from about half 2 years ago. More than half say they're just tired of it, and nearly half of all buyers now say they prefer brands that keep AI out of the customer facing content. So the reflex in many boardrooms is to pick a side, go AI first or go proudly anti AI and put made by humans in credits. Here's my take. Of course, I think both of these pitches are wrong. Slapping AI first on your brand is not a benefit. Nobody wakes up wanting more AI. They just want the outcome to whatever their situation is. And going loudly anti AI is just theater that your competitors' quiet automation will beat. No reason to say, hey, we're laggards over here. But let's look at who's actually winning. Spotify, Netflix, Amazon, they run AI everywhere and they show it nowhere. AI for the repetitive, time consuming manual work in the back, humans on the creative out front where the magic spark lives. So use AI heavily, show it invisibly, and keep a human on anything that the customer actually feels or sees in human interaction. Seems to be the smart play to me. New AI companies. All right, new companies out of stealth this week. Here are 3 of them. First, June, founded by Efrat Rappaport and her team, folks who came out of Salesforce. June came out of stealth Monday with a $20 million investment from Mark Benioff's Time Ventures and backers like Michael Dell and Aaron Levy. Here's what June does, and I love this. It scans systems you already run, like Salesforce, finds the bottleneck, and builds the agent workflows to clear them. Their whole bet is that the model was never the hard part. Getting it deployed into your messy, real tech stack is the hard part. And they're right. Second, Volta came out of stealth Tuesday, backed by NVIDIA at a $2.4 billion valuation. They've got a $10 billion partnership to build an AI factory in Europe. This one's picks and shovels, not something you'll buy, but it tells you where smart money thinks the shortage still is in compute. Third, Maxim out of stealth on Monday with 30 million to build an AI native operating system for banks. The founder, Randy Fernando, built 2 fintech companies before this and has sold them both. I point this out because it's a pattern worth naming. Repeat founders are moving into boring, regulated, unsexy industries and rebuilding the core software with AI underneath. Banking, insurance, commerce, that's where a lot of real money is going to get made, right? Let's follow the money. I'll be straight with you. This was a lighter week for the giant rounds. No 10-figure mega deal to report. And honestly, that's fine because the interesting money wasn't chasing another model. It was chasing everything around the model. Round number 1, Zenity, 125 million Series C, led by Norwest with SoftBank's Vision Fund 2 in the mix. Zenity does security and governance for AI agents. Think about that. The agents aren't even fully deployed yet, and there's already 125 million going to keep them from going off the rails. That tells you where this is headed. Round 2, June again. $20 million pre-seed from Time Ventures for that deployment problem we just talked about. Round 3, Maximum, $30 million seed for the AI banking system. Now put those three side by side: agent security, agent deployment, rebuilding an old industry. Notice what's missing. Not one of them is a new foundation model. This week's money went to the plumbing, the guardrails, and the last mile. That's the tell. We're moving out of the demo phase and into the actual make it work phase. And that's the phase where marketers understand the tools to get their edge, right? New AI tools worth knowing: Gemini Spark and Chrome, the one from the top of the show. If your day has an hour of repetitive web tasks in it, pricing research, pulling data, filling forms, this is one that's a good one to try. More on that in a minute. Kibo AI, if you run e-commerce, this is a conversational layer sitting on top of your store and your orders. It handles shopper questions, it reads your data, it tunes pricing and inventory. Worth a look if you're on a commerce platform and drowning in manual merchandising. Number 3, Meta's Muse Code. This one's for the builders. It's a coding agent in your terminal with that 10-cent tier. The cost of spinning up a little internal tool basically went to zero. For instance, a simple script that pulls your campaign numbers into one clean report every Monday. You don't need a developer for that anymore. You just need to be able to ask. And that's the through line on all three. The tool got cheap. Knowing which question to point it at is and continues to be the edge. This week's question comes from Marcus T on LinkedIn. He asked, with all this anti-AI backlash you're talking about, should I stop telling my clients that our agency uses AI? I'm worried it makes us look lazy or cheap. Well, I think that's a good question, and I think it's the right one to ask. And this is how I think about it. Talk about the outcomes for your clients and make sure that you're tying in the work that you're doing to their KPIs. Then you don't have to worry about how you're doing it. So, yeah, we use AI for repetitive tasks and time-consuming tasks, and we've got a human reviewing everything that goes out the door. Got to continue to build the trust and make sure you're saying you're efficient and careful. Well, where you're actually getting in trouble is the opposite, Marcus. Shipping raw, unreviewed AI output and calling it a day. That's the slop people are tired of, and that's what makes agencies look cheap. So the fix isn't hiding the tool. The fix is keeping the human in the loop. And here's your save time playbook for this week. Before I go, here's where you can save some time. The content workflow. Industry reporting this year puts a single blog post done the old way at 12 to 18 hours of human work. Writing, editing, design, loading it in, checking it. With an AI-assisted workflow, that same post comes down to 2 to 4 hours of human review. Same output at a fraction of the time. And here's the 3-step version that you can run this week. Step 1, you write the brief, not the AI, you. The angle, the audience, the one point that matters. That's the human judgment part and where the quality is won or lost. And even better is to continue to hone that post down into one ICP. So you're speaking specifically to somebody who's important to the sales process. Then we let the model draft it and build a first pass at the layout. This is the repetitive, time-consuming manual part. You can let the machine do that work. And step number 3, you edit, you fact-check every claim, you put it on brand and on voice, and then it ships. Notice the shape. Human at the front, setting direction. Machine in the middle, doing the grunt work. Human at the end with the final say. That's not AI replacing you. That's the AI augmenting you. Adapt, adopt, and execute. Well, that's the show today. If AI search and getting your brand found inside these AI answers is on your mind, and after this week, it should be, take a look at my strategic GEO review. It's an audit that scores how visible your brand is inside AI answers. It's built for marketers who can feel the organic traffic shifting and want a real number on where they stand. You'll find it at strategicgeoreview.com. That is strategicgeoreview.com. One more thing, I read every reply. If you've got a question you want me to take on in a show, send it to me on LinkedIn. I'll pick one question and answer it here. Thanks again for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate you. Something meaningful with AI today.
Thanks for listening to Marketing in the Age of AI. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. Your copy of Authentic Marketing in the Age of AI is available at Amazon.com or EmanuelRose.com. You can also connect with Emanuel on LinkedIn. Thanks again.